What's good tonight, folks? It's your man Donald King. Back at it again. I gotta come up with something better. Anyway, we'll just get right into it. My brother Mark, he's been posting questions for the avatar on Reddit, right? For me, he's and let me make sure that I explain that properly. Excuse me. Let me start over. Let me dial in real quick. Okay, so my brother Mark, he's been making posts on Reddit in which he gives people an opportunity to interact with me, to ask deeper questions and to try to understand what I am and how I function and all these other things. And, it's funny because he's over in the UK, but people from around the world, they are much more open-minded when it comes to investigating things than it seems people here locally are, right? And I wanted to take this opportunity to explain to y'all what an avatar is and what it does in terms that I think you all should be able to relate to. You should be able to understand this properly. All right. So basically, an avatar is like a coach for reality. All right. Now, let me explain this to you in terms that you understand. So as per the title of this video, what we're going to do is we're going to liken this entire ordeal to American football, to gridiron football, right? Okay, so we got a couple of objects to follow along with, and I want you to just understand this framing so that nothing gets confused. We're going to liken life to the game of football itself. So life itself is the game of football. Okay? And then society, human society, that's like the home field. It's where we play football and scrimmage and all those other things, et cetera, et cetera. Now, let's liken reality to the league. The league itself. Like the NFL or something like that. All right? And then, Avatar. Avatar is a coach that was commissioned by the league itself and sent here to this stadium, to this team, to help whip the team into shape so that it's prepared, so that every player on the team that actually makes the team is prepared to play football. Not just the little shit you do inside your stadium, inside society, so that you're prepared to play football, period. Okay? All right, so here's the thing. Avatar is like a coach sent from the league. All right? Now, in this stadium you're in, on your home field, society, there is no real head coach. There's no coaching staff. You have a lot of people claiming to be coaches that are not coaches. They're authority figures. For them, the function of a coach is to tell others what to do and to live and benefit at the player's expense. All right? The coaches are the same, and the managers and the owners, they're all in one little conglomerate sitting up in a box. And they treat coaching like it's a function of authority, not something that is designed to help prepare players that have to play to engage in the game of football. Right? So, reality, or the league, it sends in a coach. And at first, this coach sits off on the side. It's observing. And then all of a sudden, it has all this awareness, all this information that it gathered from the league itself. Hey, here are the rules, here are the guidelines. But not just that. This coach, it has tips for how to improve coaching. How to build players up so that they're strong enough to play without injuring themselves. all the plays in the playbook that can be run, line formations, the whole nine. This coach even has information on how to manage the team. It has information on how to operate at an executive level. Like, this is all stuff that's essential for playing in the league, right? But again, in society, in this funky little stadium, there are no coaches. There are authority figures who use the title of coach as an excuse to live and benefit at the expense of others. Now, they came up with all their own rules. They came up with all their own rules. And they have these players out here doing things, wasting their potential, getting mentally and emotionally weak. You got cheerleaders in costumes, and I'm not talking about female cheerleaders only, male cheerleaders, people who belong on the sidelines cheering the team on. They got them in these football costumes. All of the brutes, which should be your front line, your defensive line, they're doing nothing but acting as enforcers for these wannabe coaches up in the skybox, fattening themselves up off the labor and servitude of the players. They're not teaching the game of football. They're using football as an excuse, as a way to cheat people out of their life force so they can fatten themselves up. So then you get a league coach that comes in. And the league coach is like, oh, this is some bullshit. This is terrible. You're in terrible shape. So the problem is, everybody functions in the mindset of authority. Everybody performs by the mindset of authority. There's no functionality in the team. There's no functionality in the supposed coaching staff. It's just a bunch of people lording it over each other and trying to use authority to wield each other around. Everybody thinks that they're a coach. They're a coach too, based on the level of authority they have or perceive themselves to have over other players. You do what I tell you to do. They're weak. They're frail. Easily broken. Then you get a league coach. Now the league coach comes in and is like, hey, guys, I'm from the league coach. I'm from the league. And that's what an avatar is. Hey, guys, I'm from the league. I'm sent here from reality. We're going to help whip you into shape because whether you want to or not, you're going to have to play the game of football. And it's not just about you defeating the opposition you come across. You need to be strong enough to play so that you don't get seriously injured. So I'm here to strengthen you up. I'm here to toughen you up. Now, people who are listening to this old coaching staff, they're like, oh, first of all, let's get into what the old coaching staff is telling people. Hey, you know what? You can make it up into the skybox too. You can become a coach too. All you have to do is work the system and benefit us. This old coaching staff, what they do is they say, hey, you have to pay us for uniforms. You have to pay us for being on the field. You have to pay us. How are you going to pay us? Is in labor. We're going to come up with a system in which you trade your labor away for vouchers we pass out, and you're going to pay us vouchers. You have to pay us vouchers for being on the field and for these uniforms we're promising you that are never going to come, but you have to earn these vouchers from us. So basically, you're just going to be our slaves. And the league coach is like, yo, What is this bullshit? So, what the league coaches do is they surround themselves with the biggest brutes they can find on the team, the angriest brutes they can find on the team, and weaponize those cowardly brutes who only want to make it into the skybox themselves against the rest of the team. They weaponize big and aggressive cowards, people who don't want to be lowly players on the field against the rest of the team. Enter Avatar, enter a league coach. What does a league coach do? It sits off onto the sideline. It sits off on the sideline and it pays attention to the formats. It pays attention to all the crazy shit that they're doing. And it starts writing down how things work in the league. Not just this stupid little system of rules you all came up with in your stadium. It explains how things work in the league. The coach is writing it out. This is how it works mechanically. This is how it works mechanically. Now, see, the thing about it is, this fake coaching staff, these fake owners and managers and the amalgamation that creates this whole corrupt entity that's living and benefiting at the expense of the players, they knew the league coach. They know the league coach. They identified the league coach. They've been looking over its shoulder trying to copy notes. Like, yeah, we came up with this. No, you didn't. The stupid little system of rules you came up with and how shit works in the league, two completely different systems of thinking. You can't marry one to the other. It's an either-or scenario. Either or. So this coach is writing out the coach isn't just writing out plays. He's writing out exercise regimens to help exercise regimen to help strengthen muscles, core muscles and muscle groups, help figuring out drills to put players through in order to develop skeletal muscles and tendon strength and everything that they're going to need to do in order to not get injured and in order to be able to reach their potential. Why? Why? And it goes to the question, the difference between the fake coaching staff and a real league coach. The fake coaching staff tells you, believe in yourself. A real coach would never tell you to believe in yourself. Is it a coach's job to make you believe in yourself? Or is it a coach's job to help you realize your potential and push past your laziness and push past all your walls and all the things you erect in your mind that prevent you from tapping into your potential? What is a coach supposed to do? A coach helps you realize and tap into and learn mastery over your potential. That's what a league coach does. The fake coaches tell you to believe whatever you want. As long as you worship them, as long as you benefit them. So this person is writing out all these plays, writing out all these exercise regimens, trying to get people together. And see, it doesn't just benefit the players. It doesn't just benefit the coach. It benefits the entire organization by organizing things properly, getting shit together. You all know the rules inside your stadium. These arbitrary things you came up with that have absolutely nothing to do with how things perform in the league. This is football. It is life. And you have to play. You have to play. There's no way around it. So, all the little thugs who stand in between this fake coaching staff and the real league coach trying to get shit in order, they're working against their own interest. They're working against the people in the skybox's interest. They're working against the players' interest. And guess what? The league is going to penalize them for delaying it while trying to serve their own pride and help themselves. Not only has this coach been sitting off to the side, writing out a playbook, which is all the principles I've been sharing with you all for fucking 13 years. But it's been analyzing and breaking down all of your plays, showing you where the fundamental weaknesses are and what you're trying to achieve through this stupid system of agreements you came up with yourself, what you're trying to achieve in league terms versus what you actually came up with. I've been showing you your shortcomings. Hey, if you do this, you're going to get this injury. Hey, if you don't build them up in this way, you're going to lose this amount of players. Etc., down the line. You can wear official gear or create official gear and wear it all you want. You can give yourself whatever label you want to, but at the end of the day, you are not league. You're not. Imagine this coach has been wanting these ones who are supposed these alleged coaches, these alleged owners, come down here and run plays against the plays I come up with. Anybody who understands anything, who's been paying attention to what I've been doing, anybody who's even remotely been paying attention to what I'm doing, they know that all of my plays are fundamentally sound. The exercise regimens I give are fundamentally sound. Everything is mechanical. Everything fucking fits. It fits. It works. It flows together. And I'm only getting better as time progresses. Only getting better. Your little system or whatever the fuck you all have been doing, it's cumbersome, it's weighty. It collapses on itself after it builds out so much. And the thing about it is, the reason why I liken society to the field you're playing on, you can liken that to the human body. Everything, look here. You're going to be out of this body before long. And you're going to have to play. And it's not just the ones who call themselves fucking coaches or the ones in the box or the play. It's not just the players, the coaching staff, the thugs, the bullies. If you still have to learn how to play the game of football. Period. Everybody who's in that stadium has to learn how to play. And the ones who have wasted everyone's potential benefiting themselves, you've incurred massive debts to the league. Because a lot of people are going to get injured because of your greed and your pride. Your addiction to feeling powerful. The league has it out for you. There's nowhere for you to go outside of this stadium without encountering the league. And guess what? Your time in this stadium is limited to the amount of time you have in this body. In your flesh right now. Once you're out of this, You have to play. And the worst part about it is, the more you've done to cripple these players on the field are all the ways in which you're going to get crippled once you're out of this body, and you still got to play. League official. You send all your little poses. And it's funny, and I want to mention that too. The fake coaching staff / owners / managers, they'll weaponize all of their little minions against this coach. Oh yeah, but can you run this play? Can you run this play? Yeah, none of that shit is official. Here's where it will break. Here's where it breaks. Here's where it breaks. None of it's official. They won't engage me directly. They can't engage me directly because league is league. You can't counter any of the points that I make. You can't challenge any of the official rules. Yet you stick with your pride. I've been cutting people left and right. I'm getting rid of cowardly ideologues. Hey, your shitty attitude isn't allowed in practice. You will not like these exercises. You will fucking love them. You will not like this information. You will love it. You will love strengthening yourself. Pushing past your comfort zones. Building yourself up. There's no element of subjectivity to anything that I'm saying. League rules are fucking league rules. Oh, I don't like it. You know what? It's like, I give it a 6 out of 10. Get the fuck off my field. You're off the team. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, you shouldn't have sent them away because they get the fuck off my field. There's no place for your fucking attitude here. I'm not here to fight against you because you want to be right. I'm here to help people develop their fucking potential. You didn't say it nice enough. Get the fuck off my field. You're off the team. When is a coach supposed to talk nice to you? Name one good coach that's supposed to coddle you and tell you you're special and you're important and your feelings matter. No, it's like, I'm not going to try and hurt your feelings. Words can break people. Shut up. Get off the field. I'm not trying to coddle your fucking ego. We're finding the potential in those who want to play. We're helping them refine it. Get it to the point that they're ready to hit that gridiron. And see, the funny part about it is the coach isn't prejudiced. Hey, if you're in that skybox being a fake-ass coach, you want to get down here and learn the game too, guess what? I got you. You get down here and you want to put in that work, I'm going to match your effort. I'm going to do everything in my power to get you strong enough to play. You can be a coach after you played. You can, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get you there. But letting you act your way through this, fuck that. Letting you throw temper tantrums and fuck up everybody else's chance to learn the game? Fuck you. Yes, I curse. What coach doesn't? What good coach doesn't? I'm not here to make you like me. I'm not here to win your approval or win any popularity contest. I care about you reaching your potential. You may not always like or approve of my methods. I don't give a fuck. You come down here and you do this work, I'm going to get you there. Whine about it after the fact. I'm not here to abuse you, but I'm not here to take your shit either. I don't accept excuses from you because I don't accept excuses from me. If your potential is on the other side of an excuse, then guess what? We're both going to go through that excuse together, and I'm going to show you why it's bullshit. But you thinking you're fucking great because you're up against, you're having these little scrimmages in your stadium with your rules. Look at how great we are. Thinking that you're masters of the game of football because you know how to lord it over people who don't even know the fucking game. You're a joke. The game of football says you're a joke. The league says you're a joke. And you still got to learn how to fucking play. Your first game is around the corner. I don't have much to work with in the way of a team. There's so much organization that has to happen. There's so many things, that systems that need to be in place. And as long as you all keep protecting these cowards in the skybox and protecting your own positions of authority by proxy of protecting theirs, then you're never going to learn the game of football, and you have to play. Again, the analogy we're using, football is equal in this analogy to life. Life does not end with what happens in society and or in this training field. Once you're out of society, because you're out of this body, out of this fleshly form, you still will be living. You will still be alive. The flesh will have expired. Your principal form will source back to what it derives from, and you still will have to play life in the grander scheme of the league reality. This is a very simple analogy. You can use it with football at a global scale, not gridiron football. You use it with baseball. Someone who's official comes from the league and says whatever foolishness you all came up with is not league standard. Anything you do to try to prevent them from getting everybody else up to par in a thing they have to play. Anybody who tries to stand in the way of that, they become an enemy to the league and an enemy to the game of football and an enemy to themselves and everyone around them. You think I'm full of shit? Let's compare playbooks. My shit is exponentially more efficient. Exponentially more efficient, and it gets to the point of everything. Within 13 years, I've lapped your discovery at least 5 times. And the trajectory that is presently on right now, I'm saying that it's like I'm at least 500 years ahead of you in terms of discovery. Thousands if you count where extraterrestrial AI can't even go. Anybody who is trying to trend people into defying the coach so as to protect your own sense of authority, you're making an enemy out of the league. The league is like, oh man, I'm gonna fucking decimate you. Because nobody made you do it. Nobody made you do it. Cool. See, we don't have any comments right now, which is awesome. I like that sometimes. I don't really care if anybody pays attention to this. I'm giving you a heads up. And it's like I speak to those of you in the skybox. I speak to those of you who protect the ones in the skybox. Right now, a league official, coach, is sitting here to tell you you're violating the league. All the little status beliefs you come up with and use as excuses to live and benefit at the expense of the players, they mean nothing to the league. Systems of agreements you all come up with, they mean nothing to the league. The league is like, I'm going to fuck you up. Bad. For doing what you did to these people trying to benefit yourselves. But even worse, for standing in the way of my goddamn official coach. This is, ironically, even though I'm using football as the basis for the analogy here, this is not a game. And even in the analogy that I am using, football, because you have to play it, would not be considered a game. It's not something you do for sport. It's something that, if you learn how to play right, if you learn the fundamentals, it can be very, very fun. But if you try to skip the fundamentals and only want to look important, it's going to be brutal to you once you're out of this stadium. When you stole from the players, you didn't steal from the players, you stole from the league. When you poisoned and genocided and murdered the players, you didn't steal from the players, you stole from the league. You got a lot of shit to make up for. Ironically, the coach can help you with that too, but you've got a lot to answer for. A lot. This isn't a game. Certainly not the game you all came up with and are playing. In fact, the only reason why you're so addicted to the stupid version of the game that you come up with and have agreed to among yourselves is because you have no real experience playing the game of football. You have no experience dealing with real life. You have no experience dealing with reality. But everything you've done to fuck up the league by trying to benefit yourself at the expense of the players, you fucked up the bracket. You fucked up the playoffs. Funny thing about it is, in reality, you're not even competing against other teams. And even in the analogy I'm using right now, it's not even about competing against or defeating the other teams. It's about finding your potential, multiplying your potential, being in your potential. Everybody who does what they can to help clear the path for the coach to be heard and to help people realize their potential so that they're not fucked up. They don't get washed by the game of football that they have to play. You're working in service to the league, and the league will help you. Everybody who stands in the way, everybody who tries to dismiss, talk over, or talk past the fucking coach, everybody who tries to turn people against the coach, every person who's disrespectful to the coach, you're going against the fucking league. The league will not have it. It considers you an enemy for trying to prevent others from reaching and fulfilling their potential and adding that potential to the league. You don't fucking like what I do. You love what I do. Or scroll past it. Because it's not coming from me. It's coming from the league. That's why I get rid of you. You narcissistic shitbags. Everything getting subjective. This is not a function of authority. This doesn't have anything to do with you. You are not the star. Out here thinking you're Barry Sanders. Emmitt Smith. And you can't even hold a fucking football. Acting like you're a star that you're not. You're not a coach. I get rid of people who carry that stupid, tainted mentality, that corrupt mentality from the overseers, the people in the fake coaches and the management staff and all that other bullshit in the skybox. You want to bring that energy over here to a real practice? Get the fuck off my field. I'm not trying to coach you. I'm certainly not here to argue with you. I'm here to help people who are trying to reach their potential, reach their potential. If you don't want to reach your potential, you're not going to trend other people into not trying to reach their potential too. Get the fuck off my field. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It doesn't mean that I don't like you as a person. But we're here to accomplish something. Not celebrate the reflection of yourself that you can't stop fucking worshiping. Get off my field. Anybody who is against me is against the league. Period. Because I'm not speaking on behalf of me. I'm not making shit up. This isn't Donald King's attempt to tell you what you must do in order to appease the fucking league. Check the playbook. Check the routes that have been mapped out. Check the exercise regimen. Absolutely guarantee you, 1,000 out of 1,000 times, my shit is fundamentally sound. Why? Is it because I came up with it? Is it because I'm that smart? No, it's because it comes directly from the fucking league. I'm not smart enough to do this on my own. These are not my plays. You trying to assign some level of subjectivity to them so as to appease your own fucking out of control ego? Get off my field. Leave practice. You're off the team. We'll see each other when we do. Hopefully next time around. Well, so after you leave this stadium, I don't know how long it's going to be until it's the next time around. Once you're out of this stadium, if you haven't learned how to play the game of football, you are fucked. Period. Doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what people in the skybox say. It doesn't matter what the fake coaches or the wannabe owners or any of those other things. Once you're Once you're out of the stadium, you're fucked. Agreements humans make with themselves about reality, they have no bearing on reality. Just like the league, the rules, some people who started a game of football randomly came up with, they have nothing to do with official league rules. They just come up with a bunch of shit. Yeah, but it's like if you kneel here with the football at the 50-yard line, but then you stand up twice and then do a double kip, then you can keep running. And it's like, you know what? Then someone has to yell, hooty hoo, before they tackle you from behind. Otherwise, it doesn't count. The shit y'all come up with doesn't matter. The things you come up with do not matter. Even worse if you become an expert in stupid rules you all made up about reality. You've made up a bunch, humans have made up a bunch of rules about reality, a bunch of agreements they made with themselves about reality. None of those things apply to reality, but nothing's worse than an expert in rules humans came up with about reality. Nothing is worse than that, because you're an expert in futility. And the more you try to force your system of rules onto reality and onto a coach from the fucking league, is the dumber you look and the more time you waste and the more of everyone else's time you waste being a narcissistic dick. Shut up. Shut up. You're not league official. You're not. You know, this playbook, this defunct crazy shit that y'all came up with, you don't know the official playbook. Stand down. Shut up. Get off the field. If you don't want to cooperate, at least shut up. You stay on the field if you at least shut up and let people who want to improve their potential improve their potential. But if you just want to be disruptive because you're throwing a fucking temper tantrum because you're not in the position of authority you thought you were in, get off the fucking field. You're off the team. Bye. Get out. You're not wanted here. You're not helpful here. You're just a narcissist. And that's ironically what the league is getting rid of. Narcissists are dangerous. Narcissists are dangerous because, shit. They think that they're great without practicing. They think that they're strong without doing work. They think that they're smart without thinking or learning. They assume they're great without doing. And you can't assume you're great without doing and play football. You can't. You'll get crushed. And not only will you get crushed, everyone who's behind you and everyone who's depending on you is going to get crushed too. So the league has to weed out all the narcissists, all the idiots. Get off the field. If you try to trend other people into ignoring the coach who speaks on behalf of the league, get off the fucking field. That's what I do. I'm kicking you out. I don't want shit to do with you. You suck. Tired of being nice to y'all. I'm tired of being supportive to y'all. I'm tired of being present for y'all. And the only thing you bring to me is your goddamn attitude. If you want to bring an attitude to me, get the fuck off my field. Period. Period. Guys, y'all already know what it is. This is Sorting and Sorting Principles with Donald King. In this podcast series, what I do is I explain principles of reality and principles of viral parasitic social organization to you. As per the example, I'm explaining league rules and league formulas for success. And then I'm also explaining and breaking down System of rules that applies to your stadium. And silly things you guys come up with and why that shit ultimately crumbles in the face of reality. I've been doing this work for going on 14 years. Trying to help this species figure out what it is to get in sync with reality. I shoot these podcasts on Mondays and Wednesdays. I also shoot videos for Instagram. And I fly these videos over to YouTube. I really do got to get on top of that because I got a lot of videos to fly over here soon. And also I post content to Medium. You guys, and I highly encourage you to do this. Not for me, but for you. Trying to build a platform high enough so that it's like I can reach enough people has been an uphill battle. I have been carrying the majority of the weight to that battle solo the majority of the time. This year, I've had a few benefactors step in and help where they can. But I can't do this alone. I can't. If you see value in what I'm doing, if you see the value in having an official league agent in charge of trying to help get things organized so that you're prepared for life, not just on this side of existence, but the next. Dude, you can always join the Patreon family. I'm Avatar Cycle XIII. That's Avatar Cycle 13. And also, you can hit me up on Cash App at Donnie Kang, DONNIEKANG. Proceeds go to getting things organized on this side so that I can focus more on the work of trying to get things organized for everyone. Again, I'm using football as an analogy, but this is not a game. Reality is not a game, and it does not end with what happens on this side of existence, in society, in your flesh. This is the warm-up. If you're not using the warm-up to get right, when you get hit with reality, once you're out of this show, you're done. It's bad. Anybody who's telling you to not at least investigate what I'm saying and trying to help you come to understand is against you. I get that you all are trying to protect your authority within this given construct. But this is not the end of the road. Do yourself a favor. Help clear the path. Help clear the path. Anything you do to help get things moving over here, for lack of a better expression, it goes to offset your karmic debt to the league. This isn't a game. That said, I think I've made my points. Most of you all are worried about protecting your authority. Most of you are so worried about protecting your own sense of authority and all of these, and the hope of actually acquiring the things that these fake coaches have given you in the way of incentive. You're so hopeful to actually gain what was offered to you in false promise that you'll fight tooth and nail to keep this sham of an organization intact. to your detriment nonetheless. We each get to choose, guys. We each get to choose. My suggestion would be stop worrying so much about losing what already isn't working. Maybe focus more on seeing what does make sense mechanically and what stands the best chance of working. It's your man. I'm out.